Peace, family, peace, 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 peace. All right, so I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. If not, know your day is going to get better once your perception gets better. So today, it's funny because some mornings when I get up, right after I meditate and do a gratitude journal, but in the middle of my meditation, I was thinking of what should I talk about today, right? Because sometimes, like, when I need something to, like a video to be put out, I ask the universe if it could guide me, right? And this video came about when I asked, like, what should I talk about? And what popped up was how I got out of an abusive relationship, okay? So, first off, my name is Dina Bryan. If some of you guys are new to my channel, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Honey, I don't edit, okay? I don't even know how to edit, okay? But I felt like somebody could benefit from the video, and it doesn't have to be perfect or whatever. Somebody could get a message within the video. So anywho, so I do these inspirational videos, and they started, how the inspirational videos came about is I was like in so much pain, right? And not physical pain, but mental pain. I was, going through life every day doing the same exact thing, wanting different results, not realizing that I was the creator, or I am the creator of my reality. And so one thing led to another. I started, one day I was listening to B.O.B., the rapper, and he was talking about energy, frequency, vibration, and he was talking about meditation and everything like that. And one thing led to another, and here I am, okay? I'll talk about my spiritual journey like another day, but I really wanted to talk about how I got out of an abusive relationship. So I told you guys growing up, okay, witnessing my father abuse women, it was sort of a norm. It was sort of a norm seeing women get abused and coming back telling my father that they loved him. And as a young girl, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand addiction. I didn't understand that these women was looking for love. I thought that's what love was. And many of us, when we are younger, we define love by what we seen our parents accept, what we seen our parents or the caretaker, whoever took care of us. We look at what they accept and we say, oh, this must be love, right? And oftentimes it's not. It's fucking toxic, right? It's fucking toxic. And so growing up, me witnessing that, I just knew that was love, right? The women, they, being strung out on drugs and not knowing who they were, right? And not understanding how beautiful and amazing they were. So as a kid, I just said, that's love. And I remember when I was about like probably about 16, probably 15 to 16 years old. And I told my older brother, I told him, love is, no, I said, I want to be in a relationship that a guy is hitting on me, abusing me, because that's love. And he was like, that is so stupid, because he didn't understand my perception, what I witnessed as a child. And this is my brother from my mother's side. And, he knew how my father was, but me being shown it, right? It's like, I just felt that that was okay. So fast forward, that was my sort of belief system, right? That was the thing that was in my subconscious mind. And it was this guy, I liked it ever since I was like a little girl. He was like a teenager, and we grew up the same place, and I thought, I had the biggest crush on him. And, I felt lucky knowing exactly how he was. Because a lot of times we go after people that are familiar to our upbringing. My father was a womanizer. My father was, abusive. And I sort of went after that because that's what I was familiar with. And so I got in a relationship with him, with this guy. And I remember the very first time when he had hit me. And it was this older guy that I knew ever since I was younger. And what I would do was I would tell the guy who I was in a relationship with, I would tell him whoever tried to talk to me or said anything fresh to me, because I wanted to capture his attention. I wanted him to know that, I'm the best thing. And, all these dudes trying to talk to me, so you better act right. But honey, that didn't work, because the only thing he would do is go back and tell the dudes, oh, she said you trying to talk to her, right? Just causing confusion. It was a mess, okay? So this older guy had, said something to me like back in the day, like, something fresh. And I had seen the older guy. And I was saying hi to him, whatever it was like that. And my ex he was like, isn't that the guy that you said, like, he be fresh, like he be saying stuff to you? And I was like, yeah. And before I knew it, he had like pulled my hair, like just pulled my hair and sort of like tossed me. And I was like, I was so surprised. But a part of me also was like, this means he cares. This means that he loves me. This means that, he really want to be with me. Like, this was all a ideology that was going on in my mind. Ideology, yeah. All right, this was all the things that was going on in my mind. And so that was the first time. And then it was other incidents where, so I would go through his phone and I would be like, who is X, Y, and Z? And he would be like, you went through my phone. Then that started another, altercation and stuff like that. And how I got out of the relationship. So what did it for me, okay? And it's sad because I felt like, how you used to hear it saying back in the day, you would hear your grandmother or your mother or somebody say, God isn't going to put anything on your plate that you can't bear, and then God remove people out of your life if you can't, remove them yourself. So being in that relationship and not knowing my worth, not knowing I deserve better, not knowing that the guys that I was in a relationship with, they always reflectors. And shout out to my exes, okay? Because they always reflectors. They always reflectors of showing me, that I didn't respect me. That's what that relationship showed me. And I didn't get it right then and there. And I ain't understand it. But what it did for me was to show me that my definition of love, it either was going to hurt me in a way where as though, something, I could have died perhaps, or, left this here avatar. I could have, I don't know. But being in it and just thinking it was okay. Just thinking, it's okay for God to abuse me. And then say he's sorry, right? And then have sex with him, or we have sex, and thinking that was okay, right? It was really something wrong with that. And so how I got out of the relationship is he went to jail, okay? He went to jail. And what was still crazy about that, because after he went to jail, okay, I moved in with his mother. And I was living with him before, but he done, kicked me out and, kicked me and my son, my oldest son out. At the time, my son was probably like about 1 year old or something. And he had kicked us out. And when he got arrested, I still didn't get the lesson, okay? I still moved in with, his mother after he done kicked me out, and still was like helping with the bills and, just helping. And then after that, he came home and it was the same exact thing. In the beginning, everything was, good. And then after that, everything sort of took a turn, okay, because he couldn't find work. It was just so chaotic. And I was willing to lower my standards. Didn't even really have any standards, okay? But I was willing to accept the unacceptable and willing to put this person on a pedestal and not realize that if I didn't appreciate Dina, no one else would have appreciated me. So he went to jail, and after he went to jail, I had this, like, the second time he done went to jail. And after that time, after he went to jail the second time, I just was like, you know what? Actually, I found somebody else. I started dating somebody who he wasn't abusive, honey, but abusive physically, but he was abusive mentally and emotionally, okay? The next dude that I was, messing with. And so that's how it ended. But to anyone that's out there, that's being abused and you think that is the way to love, honey, I am here to tell you is a much better way, right? Whereas though you don't have to have, black eyes. And I remember one time he gave me a black eye. He had broke my nail all the way down. At that time, I was getting the acrylics, and he broke my nail all the way down to the meat. It was a mess, honey. And at the job I was working at that time, I remember going in there, honey, with a black eye and a broken nail. And I was doing security, and my supervisor was there. And he was like, "What happened to you?" And I remember telling him some girls had jumped me. And it was like, I thought that was okay. I thought that was normal. And a lot of times I believe like we have to change our belief system if it's not serving us. If it's causing you pain, you have to change your belief system, because maybe that's the universe way of showing you or telling you, honey, you deserve better, right? You don't deserve going through this. And I know you may have witnessed this as a child, but you don't deserve to keep going through this. So, to the person that's out there, I don't know who this video is for, but to the person that's out there, to the person that thinks, it's okay, to the person who stays in a relationship because you have children, right, with the person, and you're like, I don't have nowhere else to go. It's so many resources now. It's so many resources. And you will find someone that's going to love you and appreciate you. But one thing that we have to understand is we have to love ourselves. We have to appreciate ourselves. And if it's mental abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, any type of abuse, you don't have to tolerate it. So me understanding it and Now, like, I'm a firm believer of protecting my peace. No, I believe no price is peace is priceless, and you don't have to tolerate anything that's interrupting your peace. And I'm such a firm believer of this because when I was going through mental illness, right, experiencing anxiety and depression, one of the things I felt like the universe was showing me was, if people are making you feel a certain way, right? It's my feelings, right? These are my feelings. But if people are coming around and I'm not feeling good, then maybe those not the type of people that I will want in my life, right? Maybe those not the type of people that I would want a relationship with. Because we have to understand that the people just reflect us. They just reflect us of who we are. So with that being said, I love you guys. I love you. I love you. Make sure you're rocking out. Make sure you're believing in yourself. Make sure you know you are worthy. Understand, overstand that you deserve the best. Okay? You deserve the best. You don't have to tolerate the rest. Honey, you don't. You don't have to tolerate the rest. You don't have to tolerate things that don't feel right to your soul. If it don't feel right, you got to ask yourself, why are you tolerating it? Right? And go within. And also ask yourself, where did I get this belief system from? Okay? Who belief system was this, or who belief system is this, right? And then once you start being aware of the type of relationships that you keep entertaining or keep getting into, whether they abusive relationships, whether it's womanizing, whatever type of relationship, if you don't like it, why are you entertaining it? Right? Why are you entertaining it? You have to know you are amazing, you are beautiful, and you deserve better. So with that being said, I love you guys. Peace.